I tell you that Jenny Blackadder, she is one great performer. She'll be wound up and firing into it. More details on trucking in the country music and other events in our weekend events. But first of all, it's time to make one of those difficult choices in life.
So Jerry, is this what you're looking for?
Well, it's good. I can't fault it, but I'm looking for something that can really fly. Impressive looking engine under the bonnet there.
Hello. Oh yes.
How many horsepower are we talking?
120.
And at top speed, what, a couple of 100k?
No, this poor old thing is 120 mile an hour at the best of times. Yes.
You say old? How old are we talking here?
1934. Brought into New Zealand from the UK in 1934.
Okay. Was this a first or special for New Zealand?
It was rather special. It's the first aeroplane licensed in this country to carry fare-paying passengers. And Bert Mercer on the West Coast bought it in December 1934 and operated straight away.
You say 4? I'd like to see where they could actually fit in there, Colin.
Well, in this cabin, but come and have a look.
Okay. You're saying 4 in here?
Yes, 2 facing each other, but you've got to be mighty friendly. And the district nurse would sit in the rear and they would pack all the bread and the mail around her, and she would open the window and her job was to throw it out when they went across the appropriate place. Then there's also the story of the honeymoon couple. As you may notice, there's a little porthole between the cabin and the cockpit, and they were just unaware of that.
Colin, you had the job of restoring this at Croydon Aircraft Company. What was your gut feeling when it first turned up?
Oh, they're a rather ugly looking thing, isn't it? It's rather like a bloated tadpole, very bulbous here and runs away to nothing. But it's a very, very efficient little aeroplane. Because of its shape, it generates lift and it becomes very, very functional. And as a performer, it outperforms a lot of its rivals of the day.
But what about the colour, the orange look? Why?
Oh, something else. It really was Bert Mercer's choice as a safety factor. It would be able to be seen in the bush if it crashed, but he has to love marigolds as well.
So did anything ever happen to this Fox Moth?
It had rather an uneventful career compared to its sister ship, the Fox Moth, that crashed onto the Fox Glacier. That was the Prince of Wales's aeroplane. And this one, a couple of months after it was new, landing on a bush strip, some cattle charged it and it flipped right over.
So you've been in one of these planes, Colin. What's the feeling like when you're flying?
Well, it's just a lovely, safe little airplane to fly in, and the sensation of speed in the vastness of the mountains and over the lakes just vanishes into oblivion. You become as one with it all, really.
That's it, Colin. You've sold it to me. How much is she worth?
Well, it's not about price. It's about antiquity, posterity, and the preservation of aircraft for the next generation of people.
There we have it, the mighty Fox Moth. That was, in case you weren't sure which it was, and of course the inimitable Colin Smith, who restores them out at the Croydon Aircraft Limited, and that footage was especially provided. That's why it had the time code in it there. But it's great to see that Fox Moth flying, and it will fly again. It will fly over the streets of Invercargill, over D Street, and there will be someone throwing lollies out of it, and who better to do that than the Mayor himself, Tim Shadbolt. He's been asked to do it. So you'll see the Fox Moth in action before too long. Talking of action, what's happening on the weekend?